Hey guys, how you doing? Look at me. It's the first time I've seen myself with this haircut. I got it yesterday and I haven't been spending a lot of time looking at myself. All right. But when I come on here, I get a chance to see a piece of me. But you guys, listen, I have been doing fishing. I can't believe that nobody wants to listen to this shit. I've got what it says, 100 and over almost 200 people subscribe to me and only get like 10 or 7 or 8 or 9 people actually reading any of this. So what's all of this? What is all of that? Is that that's my my dirty dozen? I love it. um it's supposed to reflect that there's less people that do this, and should it should be kind of interesting that I just nailed. I say that, yes, that business with the Revelations, the first parts of that, splitting it up into thirds, and it was given to each of these angels to kill a third of mankind, and then later on, they're measuring the temple, and not the one that's outside, not the one that's without. It's just so beautiful how it's all working out, and it was about worlds. That was probably one of the more eloquent or more understanding ways to take this in. You know, there's just so many different Bibles or so many different scriptures in our Bible that are just as pertinent as this. This doesn't have anything. Say, oh, this is the end of time, so they stick it back here. No, it's at the end of all the Bible, at the end of everything. This is, you're supposed to be learning about yourself. You're learning from the get go about your crude mind. And as you've developed through time, that you were taken away from God so that you could mature, all right, and in the process, grow your hair, so to speak, and then one day come back to Father, come back home, come back to yourself, come back home. And for people to get caught up on the outside of things, this is the snare. All of this is written in the Bible, every one of these things. All of this is the reason why I don't get nothing. I don't get any kind of help at all. I don't get recommended to nothing. There's nobody that wants to come on this channel and advertise, because I don't care to make any money off of something like this. The truth is free, but you can see the truth is not wanted, and I've been saying that for a good long time. All right, but you know what else I've said? I don't give a damn. All right, because I've been archiving these things, and if I only got one or two of you, or even 12, that dozen or so, well, then that's cool. All right, because among us, it only takes a few that can get into this lighted area. You know, it only takes a few, and the rest of the time we teach, maybe show up other people. The story about this Jesus in the Bible is he went around saving people. And the way that he saved them, he opened their eyes by teaching them how to sit back and meditate. He go practice meditation, learn how to fast correctly. Go jump in the Jordan River 7 times. So, it's this idea, these guys disrobing and coming to him, this taking off their clothes, rendering their garments before, and then coming to the Lord, and then being healed and being told, sin no more. And their sin was basically because their eyes were closed to God. There was nothing else in there. It wasn't because they said certain things or ate certain things or even acted a certain way. It was just that they were disconnected from God. That's it. There isn't anything in here so far that's telling us anything else other than when you are on your own, you know you're, you little bastard, you're some kind of little, um, an animal, just an animal, you know. And the animal is different for different people, because some people want to be led around and others want to lead other people around. And so you'll find that there will be, the haves and have-nots. And basically this comes to only the have-nots. But in your time, you get a chance to be a have, because you want to be able to get a good round of everything, and you want to be a conqueror of this, and you want to go and have this happen, and you want to be rich, 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 and own the world, and manipulate everything, have a great time. And then there's this one side of you that doesn't, there's this one day, you want to come up into a different world, and you want to, take on a Buddhist lifestyle, or, take on something, along the lines of inner meditation and stuff like that, and then stumbled across this way. It is the only way they're talking about in our Bible. They tell us there's just two sides that you can read. The one that you can see, and the one you can't see. And that's the one that I teach here on this channel. And, the numbers have always been this way. I remember one of my long-term friends that have shown up here most of the time. That's Grandma. And Grandma. Back when we had 30 people. Because I remember that, because 30 to me, that's a number. It means it's a number. We had like 30 or 32, and she says, you're growing, and I said, yeah, that's kind of cool. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The whole idea behind this is that, I couldn't tell you the truth any simpler than I have. And reading the Bible is coming easier and easier for me. And I can make it even more easier for you to listen to as well. Because reading and taking the Bible in like I've been doing is giving me so many ways of telling the Bible. I could actually chew, put it all in my mouth and then start spitting it out. But, I've got to figure out, how to, because you don't want to sound like you got tongues. All these guys, they sound drunk off the new wine. You can't understand what they're saying. The Tower of Babel, after they came back down, who's these people? What is this? What's coming? They must be drunk off the wine. I said, no, they weren't drunk off the wine. No, they weren't. But the new you, the new mind, the new heaven and the new earth, this is the event. This is what people are looking for. And let me tell you, what I'm getting an earful of is that some people are like, they were hoping for it. They're waiting for it. Somebody, that Dolores bitch and all those people out there supporting this story. And it's poppycock. The whole damn bit of it, So we got people that are probably going to kill themselves if this doesn't ever happen. Because they are just tired of waiting. They're tired of waiting. All right? Well, they're not going to get to heaven that way. They'll have to come out back alive into somebody else's womb and try it all over again. But this idea, that's not how you kill yourself and get out of things. You have to kill yourself. You have to kill yourself from inside to get this light. There's no reason or no other way to do it. And there's no such thing. There's only so many frequencies that a human being is allowed to have. All right, we basically are working off of them all at one time. Beta frequency is where we're at right now. You and I, in our unconscious minds, it's through this mind and through this skin that you and I can see each other and make sense out of this world around us. This is beta frequency. It can't, if it goes up higher, it becomes the second stage of consciousness. If it goes up higher than that, it becomes the third stage. It goes up higher than that, it becomes fourth in the delta. We're not allowed up in there. None of us are allowed up in there. We are the physical, we are the physical side of all of these frequencies, and it's a beta frequency. There is no everyone's turning nicer and everything is getting more beautiful. It's darkest before the storm. We're in winter. In the great big scheme of thing out here, we are in the constellation of Aquarius. All right, we go backwards. We go backwards when we're in the equinoxes. Well, not the equinoxes. In this business of, damn it. When it comes down to going backwards, for the ages and stuff like that. Well, anyways, right now we're in the dead of winter. This is Aquarius, all right? The next part that we've got to go through is Capricorn, all right? And we're backing up through fall. We have to go, we're going backwards. So we're really getting dumber. Things are getting worse. The darkest was basically dark ages, and we're getting lighter and lighter and lighter, but not for thousands and thousands of years. All right, the information of all of the different ages and the different religions that come about in those different time zones, from the bull to Taurus, right, to to the goat, and all these things. This is business. This is business as usual for each one of these ages. We came out of Pisces with Christ and duality and stuff like that. And I'm still arguing with people saying there's no such thing as duality. They're just that's ignorant. That's just ignorant. And of course, during let's see, which one would it have been? We had Pisces, and then it would have been Aries, and then it would have been Taurus, the bull, and then it would have been Gemini. You see how it works. All of these guys. This is where we started getting all our informations from. We got the Buddhism comes through one of these, and it just keeps coming to us. They're all the same, but there's nothing after Aquarius. Aquarius is just mentioned in the Bible as something as, when you come to this city and there's a guy carrying a pitcher of water, you're supposed to follow him into his house. Go into that upper room, and God will meet us there. And so, I'm sorry. What it means is that perhaps right now is a better chance for people to sit down and practice honoring mother and father, and using the way of Jesus, using the backbone, using everything to do with our Kundalini to set everything straight. This is the event. And it doesn't happen to a group of people. It won't happen to an entire world either. It's only open for one individual at a time. And he'll know when it happens because he set himself out to do this. He sat down and he prayed, and he shut off that mind of his. He learned the correct way to do this. There isn't any other way. There isn't. The rest is just folly, is what they say. So, there's no reason for you. If you're really sick, this is what it takes to get over to this other side. You really want Jesus. You really want God. You really want, you want to be like Jonah. I really wish them to destroy something. I wish they'd get on with it. Listen, that's not how you do it. You have to be, I've had enough of it myself. Time to take my own self before the Lord. Be those seven torches standing in front of God, the throne of God, with those four different beacons in there that represent the four cardinal directions. Show which way you want to go. Tell him you want the white horse. Tell him you're coming in his name. That's how you do it. Ain't gonna happen on the outside. Like one scripture in here says you're gonna find it outside with that bitch. Ain't nobody, ain't nothing gonna help you out. No way, no how. You are the only one that can do it. The only one. And you put all that other stuff away. Come down from the clouds. You have to go there in your mind. You have to go. You have to reach theta frequency on your own. The earth is not going to change its frequency. It goes on and on and on. It's going to kick us off like a dog kicks off fleas. And it's going to start all over again. And from our knees will we come up again. And we'll come around the corner wondering what in the hell happened in the past. We got it all in the palm of our hands right now. And it'll all happen all over again. You understand? But I think this next time it can do without me. But, probably not. I think I'll probably come back and help other people. So this time I want to come back with my memories. And I want to come back and help other people out of hell. Because that's what our job is. You want to, no matter if someone in that town or in that group of people don't want to listen to you, stuff like that, you just pick yourself up, shake your leg, and get on out of town, And that's the way I go about fishing. Find people that like to hear what I got to say, But look, I get almost 200 people, it's fluctuating. It comes and goes, comes and goes. I don't believe any of it. I don't believe any of it. I just won't. I can't. And, and those few that get through, just keep saying hi to me. Just let me know that I ain't all by myself out here. I'm going to keep on with this. Keep going on. The rest of Revelations, this, I have done this before. And, but it was before I knew what I was doing. I was writing everything down and I could view it. I could see it. But now it's just really easy. So I'm going to keep on. We're from Revelation 12. I think that's where we're at. When it comes down to it, 12 is this idea of the combination of God and his being. All right. So there's really three involved with this because the first number is God, and the number two is his creation, and that's our consciousness. The child of this consciousness is the body, is you, me. So all three of us are involved when it comes down to changing our minds, changing our lives. Bringing God and Jesus into our lives is more like just hooking up to him and disconnecting from whatever else you thought was him. And you just let things go on their own at this time. There's no reason why you think that you're going to do something wrong. There's nothing, the murder and all of these things that they talk about, sodomy and all these things. These are not. Sodomy is feeding from the lower instead of the higher. So when you start feeding from the higher, does that mean you got to stop, doing that to somebody? No, because it doesn't say that. It's using it as an example of some, just like they say when you go to Egypt, where Jesus was killed. This is Egypt, this is your lower mind. This is the lower side of our brain. This is where Jesus is slain. That's crazy. It's just crazy. That's Egypt. the earth. Anyways, I'll chat with you guys soon. I've been painting a mural over in this pizza joint. I can only paint during the morning times. And we're waiting for a hurricane to kind of roll over us. It's a low pressure system. It ain't terrible. And I've just been taking advantage of the outside, getting ready to move. You know, I know my electricity was turned on yesterday. I just haven't got the keys to get in. I haven't given them the money to move in. I've only given them my deposit. But I am ready to go. I really am. Really am. So I was just getting clean up the place. Fix the place up. All right. I love you guys. I really do. You 10 or 12, whichever way you are, you know, it only takes a few people to learn about this light stuff. It doesn't take very much as your mind to understand what it means to understand dark language and things that are hidden from us. Knowing about symbolism and, you know, oh, it's just so beautiful. It's a beautiful, this other Lord is far smarter, you know, this idea of, you know, hooking up this free business in us is this, just like this next part of the story is, you know, this woman was with a child. She was going to give birth to a child. And there's this beast that was there, the red dragon, was ready to take her on. And that's just about as far as these people get with that story to make it scary. But they don't realize that the little baby makes it past the beast and goes right up into God's hands. And the woman takes off. She's also safe. And when it comes down to it, the rest of the story is about beating this other guy up, taking out this beast, because they're going to tell you about it, because that's what you know, that's how the story starts. I'll see you guys later. All right? Adios.